Radiant team.
Alright, hello and welcome back everyone to CEVO Season 3 placement matches. A best of 3 between Nexus Gaming and Swag. I'm Helium. With me, I believe, is Flex yet again here for Game 2. Swag dominating Game 1, 13-1, calling the GG at about the 17-minute mark was Caillou. But here we are back into the bans and picks. Once again, no Bat Rider, no Naga. And Flex, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, there he is.
Jesus is saying I'm not here.
10 seconds
Jesus
remaining.
is a liar.
5 seconds remaining.
And I feel bad. I doubted his draft. I liked Nexus's team more, but they just weren't able to get it done. They are playing with 2 of their newer players in this lineup. Not sure how much they've practiced together. But I thought they had a great lineup. Really didn't even get a chance to use it at all. Those lane swaps early on from Swag were pretty much the key to that game, I believe.
Exactly. I was favoring Nexus's draft too. It just looked so clean on paper, but the way Swag executed it, just dominated.
Such players. Swag, maybe a little worried about the Darkseer. It's a great hero at all stages in the game, and of course, if the game is close, that Wall of Replica is a big spell, makes breaking the high ground very hard, so they're going to take him out here. So Rakudo won't be playing it.
This is good though. They'll get the Visage here, and they love their Visage.
They do. Swag actually, there it is. They love the aggressive tri-lane. Jesus played Lina last game. That was the first time in the entire CEVO Season 3 placements that Jesus played anything other than the Visage. And here he is on it again, looking to take it aggressive. Wouldn't be surprised if they pick up Rubik second, as we see Lifestealer, as well as the Weaver picked up here by Nexus. A Lifestealer, a hero that they really exploited and favored extremely high right back in the 6.75 patch when Lifestealer kind of got discovered. They played it really well and looking to make a big impact tonight for them. And Bane going to be the pickup actually. Really great against both heroes, but he can only Fiend's Grip one of them and he's going to need it for both. Your thoughts, Flex?
My thoughts. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, yeah, obviously Bane's only good for one of those. He's still an excellent hero. As far as like the aggressive tri-lane, depending on their carry, I mean, mana is always an issue with Bane and Visage too. He's going to want to spam those nukes as much as he wants to. But I think if they can get like an Alchemist asleep into a huge stun, would be pretty dominant. I don't know.
Or that next level Potom.
Yeah, or the Potom, there you go.
I didn't realize Loda played Potom so many times at TI3 after that Na'Vi movie that I watched today. And if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. 30 minutes of
it's a good
amazing
movie.
action from TI3. I cried again, once again, watching TI3
I didn't
games.
cry, you faggot.
I'm a real men
you
cry.
Really
No, I didn't cry, but I was close. I had to hold it back. But either way, more bans coming out here. We've got Rubik as well as Shadow Demon banned out by Swag. So they're opting not to pick up the Rubik. Obviously, they've got their 2 supports. We're looking at them. They don't want Nexus to have it either. As Nexus, they take out the OD and they take out the Clockwork. So Clockwork, a hero that definitely does well against Lifestealer. Not quite as well as when the Cogs would push Lifestealer through Rage. But, you know, still quite good and can catch Weaver as well as Lifestealer off guard. Looking for their 3rd pickup now.
10 seconds.
What do you think about a Nature's Prophet pick here for Swag?
It could work. Zeus likes it. If Zeus isn't going to be the Visage, he would definitely play the Nature's Prophet. But we'll see what they're comfortable with. This is their Tier 1 lineup. None of their subs, Spooter and or... Who else do they use? Barack Obama, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. It could work if they're really good at it. I think playing it against a Weaver could be a little hard. He's one of those heroes that sort of can just wait in the lane and then kill the Nature's Prophet. Because if you get the bugs, you can see through the Sprout.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they even run. I've seen them run with Visage. I don't know about Bane too, but an aggressive tri-lane just with no carry. Like pick up an Undying or a Sand King and kind of you know, just steamroll through them pretty early, pick up a bounty, and just dominate the mid game.
I was actually hoping they'd pick a Clockwork and farm the Clockwork in an aggressive tri lane, but it got banned out here. I don't know if they would do that. I know that's what we were doing in CEVO Season 2.
Yeah, I think actually a bounty pickup would be pretty good here, and I would be surprised if they didn't pick it.
Yeah, they do like that pick a lot. Jesus is quite good with it. Of course, they've got the track for Weaver. He can time-lapse it, but okay, sort of the same deal. They're going to go with the Slardar, who might be a little underrated, actually, in the pro scene, I think. He is really a strong hero. The Basses are insane. Amplified damage makes everyone a squishy little girl, and he's got an AoE stun, so I think he's maybe a little underrated. Poor Chris. Where did he even go? He's too cool for internet now.
10 seconds remaining.
But it's true, like, you get amplified damage on Nakes, like, he's gonna die in 3 hits
remaining.
from anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's got a Bash chance, so he can fight Lifestealer one-on-one, at least until Lifestealer picks up a Basher of his own. But we'll see how it goes. They could take that aggressive, or they could just, you know... Slar does pretty well 1v1, depending on who it would be against. There it is, the Mirana.
There it is, baby.
Fire team ban.
Maybe they're just like...
Blink Mirana.
Swag's probably watching the stream on 2 minutes, just waiting for us to say what they wanted them to play, and then picking up the Mirana.
How many viewers do you have right now on your stream?
We've got 44 right now, so if you're watching in-game, make sure to check out the stream, twitch.tv/fmbpdota. You can also find it on CEVO.com. It should be embedded there. It was being a little weird for me tonight, but we've got a Jakiro pickup by Nexus, another hero they do like, or used to like back in the day, a couple months ago. They're going to take out the Quaps, scared of Squee on those aggressive mid heroes. I wouldn't be too surprised if he tries to pick up a Puck going into this game. You can really, if you get that Blink up, Blink and the Waning Rift onto the Weaver, and then anything to follow it up, can really gank the Weaver actually quite easily with Puck as they take out the Timbersaw.
Yeah, I think Puck would be a pretty solid pickup for Swag right now. What does Nexus need? They need their mid? What do you think they're going to go? What do you think they need?
Well, the Puck could work for them as well. Would provide the Nakes Bomb. They can go for Storm here too. Nakes Bomb with the Lifestealer. Either the Puck or the Storm I think would be great, and I'd kind of be surprised if they were going to do anything else. You could dodge the arrow with the Ball Lightning. It can be pretty annoying. And then it's kind of another hero if they go Storm that Bane has to decide if he wants to Fiend Grip the Storm, the Weaver, or the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's kind of my concern right now. Like Swag, besides they have the Slardar stun, the Bane sleep, but besides that, it's gonna take. They gotta hit that arrow and they gotta hit those familiar stuns. Like, you know, they're not looking at too many, you know, for sure stuns right now.
Yeah, they don't have a lot. Familiars will be online eventually too, which is pretty nice, but it's going to be hard to land those on Weaver. You can usually land them on Nakes once you just wait for his rage, but we'll see what happens there. Jesus is pretty good with them, always attacking with them. I think the arrow, like if you land the arrows, they can take the fights, especially if it's on a Weaver. He's going to die, like he's so squishy. But Abaddon, again, he's also there to use the Aphotic Shields. And I don't know, Fallen had a couple questionable Aphotic Shields in Game 1 early on. Like, someone got lifted and was running, and then he shielded them instead of waiting for them to get stunned.
Radiant team, pick.
Wasn't expecting a Brewmaster, gonna be completely honest. He's a hero I love, and I wish he would get played more. He's so fun to play, pretty fun to watch, can make really big plays with that Primal Split. I even got a Primal Split Stout coaster, that TI3 Swag gear there. That thing is awesome. And oh my god, it's Smurz Invoker. Swag has already won. And by one, I actually
like
mean
Smurz
lost.
Invoker.
Oh, not Smurz Invoker. They're gonna give it to Squee. I don't trust the Chilean with 1,000 ping Invoker.
I don't blame him. Fucking Smurz. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. If anyone wondering why Flex has so much background, it's because he doesn't own a computer and always plays from a LAN center. But either way, let's introduce the teams up here. Nexus this time on the Dire. We've got Caillou Probably heading into the mid lane here on this Brewmaster. Indeed, with the fast bottle build. Fallen once again on the Abaddon. Going to be supported up with Jiggy Fresh on the Jakiro. And Rakudo, the carry in that lane. Not taking it aggressive, will go defensive yet again. Two of the best defensive supports to back up this Nake. So look for him to farm a lot better this game than he did last time on the Alchemist. Even though Rakudo was on Darkseer, but he'll farm a little better than the carry did last game. As Teramis here going off lane on the Weaver. And now over to Swag. We've got Jesus playing his signature hero so far in the CEVO Season 3 placement matches. That's going to be Jesus on the Visage here with the wards as well as some regen. Zilu backing him up on the Potom. The arrow going to be a stun they're going to rely heavily on. And the Aphotic Shield might be the bane in their existence this game. Lacking a few stuns, and Aphotic Shield going to take the ones they land off. Squee, meanwhile, though, if he goes Quas Wex, which looks like he's not, already picked up Summon Exort, kind of have to these days. Going to be playing Invoker in the mid lane right now. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Blink on the Bane, and Smerzito playing that one roll Slardar, just taking out all of these trees. Really making sure they can pull through, stack, or at least de-ward everything. The first rune will be DD in the top lane right now. As the horn sounds, and the creep making their way out.
Yeah, Zilu's going to be looking to, just stick with the Ancients in the beginning. Be good. I mean, it's a pretty kill-heavy lane up top. He doesn't want to be anywhere near that. Let's see at this first blood attempt, maybe. He does have arrow skilled, level 1.
As well as a double damage rune. I'm actually surprised. With that double damage, I think I would have maybe really just taken it and tried to do those Ancients faster than normal. We'll see. The arrow goes out. Caillou gonna walk. No. He will dodge it. He'll be alright there. With his weird
bottom lane
staff. Bottom lane action going
first
out.
Blood.
They first blood the Weaver. And that's without a... Oh, Sentry's down there. Bane really good against Weaver in the 1v3 situation. I mean, if you have a Sentry down like that and you Saguchi, you're basically dead. Because as soon as you Saguchi, you're gonna be slept, and then the stun from Smurz to follow up, and then Saguchi is a long cooldown. What is it? 12 seconds at level 1. Easy kills right there for the bottom lane. Didn't really expect it to happen that fast, so did kind of miss it, but I'm sure we've all been in that situation. You can imagine what it feels like on the Weaver in the off lane. As Zilu here, doing it Medusa style, so not going from behind. Gonna sit in these and just attack the Ancients. Looks like he's already killed one, I believe. Maybe the other smaller golem here. But about to hit level 2, doing pretty nice there. Rakudo, meanwhile, free farming in the top lane as the life stealer. Doing a lot of denying as well. Not going to matter too much, but at least they're never going to throw the wave back to the tower, where Potom can then go leech XP. Because that's really all she's going to need this game. Some XP for more Starfall damage, or just max out that arrow. What do you do when you play Potom in terms of your skills?
I like to level up the arrow. Like,
oh, Teramis drops again. Don't, we saw it. Nice stuns. The Aphotic Shield tried to save the day, but it still wasn't enough. I mean, Weaver's so squishy early on, and the supports are going to smoke up here. So you're maxing the arrow and the leap early on?
Yeah, I'll get maybe like a second point in leap, but generally, like, as an offlaner / roamer, I like just getting that arrow damage. I mean, her right click is garbage.
It is, really.
For the mana on the Starfall, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, not really worth it until you're leveled up more bigger mana pool. Because Starfall does actually burst quite a bit, especially one-on-one. I mean, that's, what, 100, like 250 damage plus 300? Like, it's kind of insane. If you're one-on-one, of course, because it hits twice. And the second one, 470%. And the arrow is actually a really large nuke. 360 damage at level 4. But once again, we've got Swag handling the early game better. Squee, this is actually not a bad lane for him right now. Blink's going to come join in as well. Squee, level 4. He's got 1,300 gold banked up. Can only assume he's going for a Midas here. Arrow will shoot, hits a creep. Not going to hit Caillou, way far back right there. And checking in with Zilu just because I'm curious really about how this is going for him right now. Oh, into the mid lane, pings go out. Caillou in trouble. Yeah, he's gonna drop. Did he have points? And no, nothing in Drunken Haze. The Cold Snap goes out. Bane is there as well with 2 points in Brain Sap. It's enough damage. They take out Caillou, making it 3-0 at the early stages in the game, approaching 4 minutes. And Rakudo, though, still farming up. 18 last hits right now, doing pretty good. Jiggy Fresh, gonna even stack for him as well.
Radiant's top tower is
And they're switching it out. Taramis looks like gonna take the top lane.
Yeah, they were forced to kind of rotate that Weaver up. They got Nakes in the jungle farming. And once again, you know, Swag just totally dominates that laning phase and just disrupts everything on what they had planned.
And look at this. Squee on the Invoker picks up a Midas before the Courier even gets upgraded. Now it's upgraded, so he's going to have Midas at about 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Could be in trouble, though. Doesn't want to die here. Needs to get that first charge out, but Caillou fighting here. Meanwhile, Forge Spirit going to keep reducing it. Here comes the arrow. Was going to be enough to zone, but let's see. Caillou, though, does have the mana. Salving up for the first time using that regen. Caillou going to have to back off now as we find our Nakes. That's going to be Rakudo for Nexus going into the jungle, so still going to be able to jungle reasonably fast. But the Weaver was getting so shut down, they needed to rotate him up here, get him some farm. He's up to 13 last hits now, but we can see pretty far down there. And Abaddon actually picks up the Visage in the bottom lane. Miscoil OP or what?
Whoa.
Interesting. I'm not really sure how that happened. Did you catch it?
I did not, and I'm not too sure how that happened, but it is Jesus, so it's pretty expected. He's a feeder, you know.
Oh, by the way, if you press F10, you can make baller stats. You can mess around with that if you'd like.
Whoa, what the hell?
Caillou in the mid lane could be in trouble. The Cold Snap goes out. Also the Forge Spirit there, trying to get some damage going. Not gonna work though, nub. You can add pictures to it too, because that was a pretty weak stat right there.
I'm not a fucking LAN center. I can't do that. I suck at computers, dude.
Yes, I know. Meanwhile, though, Smurf's being left to his own devices in the bottom lane. Pretty much just an Abaddon there. He's level 4. Compare that to Smurf's level 6 right now. Amplified damage is online. At least Abaddon can purge it off of whoever gets it put on, so that will be pretty nice for them. Smurfs, though, 28 last hits. Squee, once again, being very aggressive in the mid lane. Going to throw out the Ice Wall there, because you get it with Quas Exhort. And 2 points in each. The Ice Wall scales really well in the early game, actually.
Slardar picking up the Midas.
Wow, he's going Midas as well. It's pretty greedy. No boots for him right now. But who needs boots when you've got an ability called Sprint? Standard build here as well. Probably pretty obvious to most people, but you don't see Slardar that often in competitive Dota. Generally, favoring the Slithering Crush for the damage, 1 in Bash, 1 in Sprint, and then likely going to go ahead and max out Slithering Crush as well as the Bash.
Nyx is infested here in Brewmaster, so they might look to go.
They're looking to go on Blink here, but the Stomp doesn't actually land. Rakudo, only 1 in open wounds, decides not to use it. I think he was in range, and if you rage, you can obviously last it through the Nightmare, but not going to go for it. Maybe a little wary that TPs might have come in pretty quickly. Here comes one now. It's Squee, once again, who has not died here. 1-0-0. Now going to go on Caillou Sunstrike to start this off, as well as an Ice Wall following up with a quick Cold Snap invoke. Doing work right now onto Caillou. He's going to drop. He's level 7. A Photic Shield could be enough, but no. Squee with the attack speed from the Midas. Is it going to be enough? It will not. So Fallen here on the Abaddon, saving players' lives in game 2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What a nice guy.
Their Courier got sniped as well, by the way. Swag here on the Radiant. About a minute and a half ago. I'm not sure where it died.
I don't mean to be
but it did. Did go down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Zeus not having as big of an impact as normal here. Throwing some soul summonations that didn't even have any damage on him in that mid lane. Trying to just keep Caillou harassed back there. He's level 7, has yet to use his ult for anything. Taramis gets hit by an arrow. Big plays by Zilu in the top lane. Can he get it? The time lapse goes out. Jiggy Fresh here with the Ice Path bugs. Now Zilu going to pay the price. Will drop. Weaver picking up a kill onto the board now. 1 and 2. Bringing the total kills 3-2. Advantage 1. Swag. But looking for more blood here. Maybe they're going to find Jiggy Fresh. Looking to get another kill on the board. Ice Path going to be enough to secure the Jakiro's life. And now Squee, ultimate used by the Panda in the mid lane. Caillou and Rakudo. The stun goes out from Earth Panda. Where's the open wounds? There it goes on a Squee. Gonna take a fall here. Caillou, though, might go to the tower. One more attack could be enough. No. Gets to 30 HP. Oh, it misses by an inch!
Oh, man.
Searing Panda's arm hair. Here comes the arrow!
The arrow. Fuck.
Caillou, man. Start calling this guy Neo. Bottom lane, though, Storm's coming. AKA Fallen, going to be taken out by the Slardar. So, 4-3, Caillou lives ever so barely. Maybe Smurfs could have cut him off, actually. That would have been pretty funny. But now going on, Rakudo will rage the arrow just in time to get out of that one alive. And let's check out Blink's level here. Level 5, soon to be 6. Going to have that Fiend's Grip online relatively soon. And with Taramis having nothing on the Weaver, the Lifestealer, not really a big threat either. So whoever he really wants to use his Fiend's Grip on, it's going to be, I don't know, they're going to die. And the other guy that's not Fiend's Grip, not going to do a whole lot of damage right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, these Midas, well, the Midas on Invoker is pretty standard, especially when you get it at 4 minutes. You really just need the levels on this hero, just because every level you get another point in Quas, Exhort, or Wax, and your spells get that much stronger. So that's pretty much the reasoning for it there. It also allows you to make sure you're always farming, even when you're roaming, get those Midas usages, get to some big right-clicking damage items. But I don't know, I think Slardar should be a hero that just fights early. And Rakudo, gonna rage. Yeah. Forced to rage here, running around the Rosie. Will just go into the... Oh, they should just send it back. Where's he going with it?
Must I repeat myself?
Okay, backups here though. Rakudo bought enough time with that Nefest, doesn't have it now. Open wound, still only one. I mean, that's melee range right now. Jiggy Fresh, ambitious Ice Path. Gonna miss ever so slightly there. As 4 heroes now up here for Swag on the high ground. Arrow looking to go. Rakudo rages again. Now he doesn't even have mana for the open wounds. Will and 2 though. Storm's coming. Fallen. Takes an arrow to the face. Level 6 borrow time. Gonna proc out here. Getting back to full health. Squee. Dropping that Ice Path. Smerzito, though, joining into the fight. Nice Macro Pyre Ice Path onto 4 by Jiggy Fresh, but they really have nothing to layer on top of that. Jesus does take a fall here, maybe turning this fight around. It's 1-for-1 at the moment, and Abaddon for a Visage. Taramis looks like he will pick up Blink. No! Actually, no, says Smurs with a stomp onto nothing, but it will dissuade Taramis anyways. Ice Path to go out now. Zeelu with the DD. Let's see if he decides to switch targets. Taramis is dead. Cold Snap out. Smurs. Double damage. Amplified damage. Whew, too much for him. Arrow gonna miss.
Oh, the arrow.
That was close. It's level 3 now. 270 damage. That would have been Caillou's death right there. It gets healed up. I noticed Blink's not on Potom. That's his hero right there. You've adopted Blink's Potom playstyle.
And it's showing too, this noob freaking Zeelu. that was a for sure kill there. But the arrow unfortunately slightly missed.
You never know. Throw it so they dodge into it, throw it straight. It's a tough call. The closer the arrow, actually, the harder it is to miss. Queue up some angular velocity proofs in physics, but we'll not go there.
So what do you think Nexus's game plan is? Like, they're just gonna keep trying to farm and, I mean, or try to group relatively early? I mean, I don't really know what they can... As soon as Blink's level 6 on this Bane, like, someone's gonna die.
Yeah,
and that's
basically.
Gonna be in, like, 2 creeps.
I think they can maybe work for this Nightmare Arrow combination a little more. Nexus still, they're kind of playing close. We got 4 heroes relatively close together within their jungle in the mid lane. Caillou by himself. They could just go for the ganks. I would expect the ganks, but, I mean, let's see. The gold, 2,000 advantage. XP, it's right at normal right now, but slight gold advantage, even with the Midases, so I think Swag does need to get some kills here. Taramis could be in trouble. Will time-lapse back to full health. Squee now the one in trouble, just going to TP out. Not going to make it. Goes down. Miscoil from Fallen, going to be enough to finish that up. 6-5, and I'm actually thinking Nexus on the way to a nice little comeback here. Taramis starting to get some items, gonna have treads relatively soon, on top of an Aquila as well as a Ring of Health. Squee has dropped. He's working towards a 4-staff now. Does have a lot of damage in his spells, but they don't have a team fight, and he didn't go Wex, so he's not really a team fight control Invoker like they probably want. And as we check into the bottom lane, oh, lucky the ult runs out. Jesus will live. TP's though coming in. Caillou gonna chase with the Photic Shield. And yeah, I don't know, 6
I'm
to
surprised
5.
he doesn't have just 1 point in the Drunken Haze. Like, just for the slow on the chase.
Yeah, or
It's
even
very
if you're
good.
going to be focused by the Slardar. Like the 30, what is it, 30%? 45%. Wow,
45.
yeah, like that's so worth
Yeah.
it just to have 1 point in it. I'm kind of surprised he's got so many Drunken Baller, as normally you just go Thunderclap stats, so you actually have enough damage to use Clap and your ultimate. Smurs will actually not make it to the rune in time. Bashing up here on Kaio. Familiar's coming in, falling on the backside of this. Throws off the Aphotic Shield, which, I don't know, like I don't think he should be throwing that. You want to wait for the Panda to get stunned up before you Aphotic Shield. As we have ourselves a pause. 7 to 5 right now at 14 minutes. Swag, we're looking really dominant, but now XP in Nexus's favor, and the gold graph dipping back down to equilibrium, even with a Midas on Invoker as well as a Midas on the Slardar. Slardar, though, still farming, going for an armlet now. I think if he goes armlet, BKB next, then they can really fight. I don't know if there's a lot Nexus can do against that at the moment, but for right now, they're turtling up very well. They have yet to even lose a tier 1 tower. Actually, the only tower down is the Radiant top tier 1 as Squee, excuse me, in trouble here. The Claps goes out. TPs, though, there are no stuns. Actually, there are literally no stuns except the Jakiro. He wasn't around, wasn't able to cancel it. Arrow goes out, misses by Zilu.
Oh, that
Zilu.
arrow.
Alright, Zilu. Looks like he will still get Jiggy fresh. Maybe, if he's lucky. No, Miscoil's
no
there.
mana to
He's going to
Starfall.
drop. And this Potom, I think one of the heroes that needs to be having a bigger impact, starting off these ganks, is just dying right now. And not getting anything done as the score is 7 to 6.
Dire's structures are cunningly fortified. Sorry, I just noticed that
Squee,
Dire's
still
bottom tower
decently
is
far
under
off from the Force Staff. He's taken a couple deaths, 2 and 2 right now. Kaiju, however, gonna hit level 11, get 2 points up in his primal split, so gonna be pretty strong in the team fights. And with 2 in that, they may not even be able to take a 5v5 team fight. Swag, that is.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing, they're doing such stupid shit, like, and just, like, not land, like, both those kills from that bottom back-to-back, that arrow right there could have been a kill, could have got out alive. And then I think the one, too, when he had that DD chasing the Kaiju, and then, again, just missed. And yes, I am just flaming him harder, because I want him to watch this and hear me.
That's your platform to flame him, without them being able to flame you back.
Exactly.
Alright, well, the game slowed down considerably, pretty much. A lot of kills early on. Swag got themselves to a good lead, but now it's pretty much neck and neck still. Gold graph, Swag still a little bit favored. XP, though, dip into Nexuses. Nexuses? Dipping in favor of Nexus right now. Here comes the Fiend's Grip, Arrow, Sunstrike, everything on Terramissy will drop, and that's what needs to keep happening. They need to keep doing that. And they don't even need the Fiend's Grip there. Could have just done it with a Nightmare, more than likely. But keep doing that. These 3 heroes need to combine up. Squee doesn't even have to be there. The Sunstrike just has to land, and Smurs and Jesus basically don't die wherever they're going to be on the map and try to get some farm. Smurs, though, open wounds by Rakudo, will throw out the amplified damage, needs to run. Ice Path, gonna miss. Here comes the Moonlight Shadows. Maybe they try to re-engage. TP's coming into the mid lane. Smurs with the Slithering Crush onto Kaiju. Kaiju to get the ultimate off just barely. Now Jesus in a lot of trouble, gonna get stunned up here. Familiar still online. Rakudo stunned by the arrow, but everyone standing right in this Macropyre taking a lot of damage. Another Ice Path from Jiggy Fresh. Bane finding himself into Cyclone. Smurs armlet toggling, trying to get up the cliff. Can he do anything? No. Will drop. Miscoil. Kaiju onto a killing spree as well. And I hear a Sunstrike, but I don't see it. Zeus somehow still alive here. Rakudo on the prowl, still with a lot of mana. I think maybe this will be his end. No, the Infest into the creep doesn't get a lot back. Armlet toggle, though. Stuck in the ice. Gonna try to rage it. Another armlet toggle. It's actually really easy to do now since the patch, which is interesting. But armlet toggle on his way out of there now for the first time. Nexus leading in kills, make it 9 to 8. As Smur's still fighting right now. I think he bought back for this and maybe gonna go down again here. Jesus to die. Smurzito soon behind him. Make it 11 to 9. This team fight gone horribly wrong for Swag. Although the Familiar is able to secure a double kill there for Jesus. Here comes a Sunstrike. Gonna miss.
What did they change about armlet toggling?
They made it so you couldn't write scripts anymore, but they made like, you can, the toggle in between the armlet, like the first toggle is a little slower, but now there's no cooldown, like that 3-second cooldown after a toggle. That's completely gone, so you can do it more often now, as he did it back to back there like 3 or 4 times. So I don't know. It's a bit of a toss-up. We'll see if they go back and try to tweak that change they made. The Ools here finished up on Squee, looking to go for this meteor sort of Sunstrike killing build here. Arrow from Zilu, Sunstrike to follow. Caillou gonna go down here in the mid lane. Nicely done there. Arrow off cooldown for that TP, but Jiggy Fresh bit off more than he can chew with that aggressive TP. Goes down. The Cold Snap is there, but here comes Rakudo from the side. Fiend's Grip by Blink. Coming in one at a time is Nexus, throwing away the advantage that they just claimed after that last team fight. Now, once again, behind in the kills. Make it 13-11. Goldgraph soaring up to over 5k now. XP back to equilibrium as Nexus was running away with it a little bit there as they go for the Roche attempt. Amplified damage to come out, and they can take this so fast with amplified damage. Negative 15 armor right there for Sir Roshan.
I could have hit Roshan with my eyes.
Zilu doesn't miss that arrow, so at least he can hit Roche.
Thank God.
It goes down, and Slardar picks it up here. Yeah, actually really far off from a BKB still. Needs 1,900 gold to complete it up. But once I get that, not a really big answer from Nexus for a little while, until Weaver and that Nake start hitting really hard. Let's check in with them. Weaver, Treads, Aquila, Ring of Health, 1,600 gold, so not a whole lot. Check into the other carry they've got going for him, that's Rakudo. Armlet phase at 20 minutes. It's not a lot. My ears keep popping, and it's driving me literally insane right now, just for the record.
Wait, I just pressed F2 and it like fogged.
Press F1
dial.
to get it back to normal.
There we go.
F1 is everything, F2 is radiant, F3 is dire vision. You gotta know these things when you're a professional caster.
I mean, I feel like Teramis has been left alone here on the Weaver, and he has a perseverance. Like, I feel like he's still another, what, 5-6 minutes off of his
well, it depends what he goes for, but
fucking Lincolns.
Yeah, the Lincoln's gonna be pretty far out, and if he gets to Lincoln's like at the 27-minute mark, still gonna delay the damage so much. Jiggy Fresh, once again, after the pause, dies at the mid tier 1 tower, gets back alive, dies at the mid tier 2 tower, just can't get enough of it. Maybe a little out of position there as he goes down.
We have the blink up on Caillou.
As well as the Nake's bomb on top of it. The Panda ult goes out, the split. Blink tries to buy some time with the Brain Sap and a Nightmare. Nake's goes down. The bashes from Smurs and the Armlet as well. Has an Aegis if he drops here. Could be okay. Going to work on the Panda. Needs the toggle here. Can he do it? Can he do it? Doesn't even need to, actually, as on the backside of this team fight, Nexus actually losing terribly. 3 of them drop. Squee, the only one to die. Smurs, fast armlet toggle, fast fingers. Killing spree right now in the mid lane. 4 for 1. Only Squee goes down. But I think he'll take that trade. His team doing nicely. Arrow just a little to the right there of Fallen on the Abaddon. But they really just need to focus on the towers right now, which exactly what they're doing. And after that team fight, Smurs 400 gold away from a BKB, and they couldn't even take him down that fight without one. So with the BKB, he's gonna be a menace pretty much here in these team fights. And yeah, maybe do an item check here. Let's just pull up in the window. Armlet phase up here on the Nakes. Fallen here on the Abaddon has finished up a mechanism. Caillou with the blink, as we just saw, to initiate that team fight. Didn't go so well. Rakudo got bashed pretty hard there by Smurs, and he melted actually even through the rage. In terms of other big items, we've got 2 greedy Midases on Squee and Smurs, and maybe the Hyperstone. Smurs not even going to go for a BKB, going to that AC, maybe a Mjolnir, but probably the AC. Squee with an Ools, as, let's see, they're trying to look for someone. They're going to find Rakudo. Where's Zilu? Where's the man of the hour? Jiggy Fresh checks the hill, going to find them both. Will be stunned up. Smurs gets 2. Fallen as well as Jiggy Fresh looking to die here. Borrow time is out. Smurs going to work, and I'm really surprised he didn't go for a BKB, because we can see the Drunken Haze right now being a bit of an issue. Nice Fiend's Grip by Blink, well timed, and wow, that does purge it. That's ridiculous. Smurs goes down, had the Aegis though. So Swag could still win this team fight. If Smurs dies here, that's actually a bit of a blunder now. Will stun 3, and they're going to try to go on Rakudo.
Arrow lands on
Familiar's
Rakudo.
doing work, but he's shielded up immediately, and Smurs gets out of it alive. So they kind of waste the Aegis there. It wasn't going down anytime soon. Nexus on the chase here. Nice clap onto 3 by Caillou. Blink gonna take the fall. We'll try to brain sap by some time or suicide. It
He
looks
had
like
Ghost
Smurs
Scepter.
on the backside of things tries to go in once again, biting off more than he can chew. Well, maybe not for him. That was Jiggy Fresh biting off more than he can chew, but Smurs now doing the same thing. Will go down. Squee though did die. It's 4-4 and 8. Got a point in Wex. Throws out the NATO. Tries to cancel the TP and run. And the Ice Path gonna grab him, cycloning up here, but gonna fall, so dies in the team fight. Tries to push bottom, gets the tower pretty low, but dying once again. Swag, they lose 3, 4-kill advantage for him still.
And Weaver opted for that medallion, realizes Lincoln's or whatever he was going for way too far off. They need this early fighting. This is what Swag is pressuring them into, and I think it's a good pickup.
Yeah, a little bit of extra mana regen. Keeps Saguchiing. Make sure you always got mana for that, or the time lapse, but in a couple more levels it won't cost mana anyways. I don't know. Still needs to tank up. I mean, drums maybe would have been okay for the overall team fight. It's not an item that Weaver himself really needs though, so maybe it's questionable. Could have went just Bracer into a Deso as well, but we'll see. They definitely need some more damage out here. Slardar is really hard for them to kill at the moment with 25 armor. Getting pretty close. He's 1,000 off from AC right now.
And Mech is finished on the Abaddon. Looks like Jesus on the Visage is working towards his. Still pretty far off. Opted to get the treads pretty early.
It's pretty good for Visage. He's really tanky, especially once he gets the points up. And Gravekeeper's Cloak. And you can toggle him for some efficiency to regen that mana, but let's hold that thought. Caillou with an invis. Gonna take an arrow to the face! That's unfortunate. Will be purged off. They have the invis. They gotta know he's there. I'm not sure if they see that shield, but I would think not. Will initiate onto 2, pops the ultimate, but who's really here? I mean, they're fighting on a tier 1 tower. Everyone's gonna get away except maybe Jesus, but for all the abilities that they expended there, not really worth it. Moonlight Shadow goes out. Looks like it's gonna be enough to save Zilu. Doesn't have leap right now, but Squee back in the bottom lane, looking to just capitalize, push out this tower. Maybe trade it for the tier 1, but they probably don't even have to. Arrow connects onto Caillou, bird stun to follow it up. Photic Shield though, gonna be annoying. Smurzito goes in, gets a nice stun. Rakudo's raged up. Proc the borrow time. Blink though onto Rakudo. Jiggy Fresh immediately cancels with the Ice Path. Now Smurs to drop. Squee gets the tower. In the meantime, looking to push to the tier 3 as the team fight still raging around the mid tier 1.
I mean, they're diving this far. I mean, tier 1 is still up. They didn't really accomplish anything.
And
I mean,
half
they just
health
dove.
done to the bottom tier 3 tower. Still, Fortify being used right now. Squee TPing back. Where's he going to go? He goes to base, actually. They hold on to the mid tier 1. The tier 3 takes a lot of damage, actually. Not really a great trade for Nexus. At least Smurs was the one who went down. That's the core carry right now for Swag.
They did not really accomplish as much as they liked, I think. I mean, they lost their tier 2, got damaged to tier 3, had a gnarly dive. I mean, they picked up Smurs, but I mean, they need towers. They have one tier 1 tower. They need like that tower gold. They need
And it's a useless one.
some yeah, they need some items coming out on their carries and just overall as a team. And I mean, towers is what they need, not looking to kill.
Well, Rakudo getting close to the Basher, but at 26 minutes, that's a little further behind than where you want to be. As we mentioned, Teramis picked up a medallion. Looks like now he's going to decide to go back and get the Lincolns, which is really just going to delay his damage output, which is not what they need. I think he just needs to maybe take a risk, go for that Desolator. Just be careful. Jiggy Fresh has been doing a great job of canceling the Fiend's Grip pretty early on, even when I think Blink has perfect positioning, has been getting canceled. And of course, the Aphotic Shield, so he doesn't really even have to worry about it. If Abaddon watches out for Weaver, he can get away with going some damage, and maybe they can turn this game around. They've lost a lot of their outer towers. Only the tier 2 in the top lane remains. Tier 3 in the bottom taking some hefty damage down to half health right now. And if we check the graphs, 14,000 gold lead. It's leveled off for the last couple minutes. But XP, though, still about normal just because of so much fighting. Squee going to find a couple. Can't get any.
Man mode.
He is going man mode. Moonlight Shadow to save him. The dust from falling. That's Squee's death. He's really not having that big of an impact on this Invoker right now at all. But the team's still maybe looking to fight. The ultimate comes off from Brewmaster. It's going to be a level 3 ult, I believe. I think he's level 16. Level 15, actually. With Smurs, they're looking to do work on Rakudo. Immediately purged out from the Aphotic Shield, but he drops anyways, so that's not enough. Rakudo drops on the Lifestealer. Jiggy Fresh with the okay macro pyre, but Blink looks like he was cycloned up. Nice arrow to land by Zilu, will take out the Jakiro. We've got a chase, though, on the other side of things. Smurs, he's bugged up. Caillou with the stomp to pick up Smurs on the Slardar. Will drop. Here becomes the Fiend's Grip out. They're going to use it just on the Abaddon, just really trying to secure the kill, get the better team fight trade there as it goes 2 for 3. Swag picking up 3 kills, but here comes Caillou looking for more, immediately slept up. Zilu has an arrow, is going to throw it now. It's actually going to hit the Weaver, who will time-lapse out of that one. But Caillou, no mana at all, really. Nuke still coming out from Visage. Still a big nuke in this game right now. 4 for 2 now goes the trade. Squee about to respawn, and they can probably mount a push off of this.
To extreme violence.
I'm surprised they don't have a gem. I mean, they're so far ahead in gold. They should probably have a gem right now. Just really shut down this Weaver. Make sure he can't get anything done. Not that he's getting anything done, but...
These fights have been pretty sloppy. Like you said, Squee just kind of went in and fucking went man mode.
Well, we know how Squee is.
And
even when they're winning,
accomplish anything.
He gets bored and just goes crazy. Which generally still wins us games, but in this case, making it a little harder for him, maybe. Zilu, he's actually doing pretty well. He's got a Mantis tile up, has a bottle from way early on, bottled up in Invis right now, and Phase, so hitting for about 130, 140 right now. Not bad. Jesus, that classic 30-minute mechanism. Actually, that's pretty late for him, and I'm surprised I haven't really noticed an impact from him this game. Normally I'm like, the Zeus, the familiars, but this game, not so much, although he's probably still okay with it. They're in the lead, 6-4 and 9.
Yeah, they did fine. They didn't run aggro. Like, they did what they needed to do in their lane. They killed Weaver twice, and were able to kind of rotate from there. But yeah, he did get a late mech, just because he decided to get the treads finished up on him first. Be a little more tanky.
And the medallion as well. Generally the item you want to rush first is just so nice with your familiars, so you can pretty much 1v1 core heroes with that. At least in the early game. But now, the team's not even smoked up here, but they do run across 2 dire wards, so it's quite obvious they're here. Arrow a little off the mark, Rakudo looks to be okay, but they do have the Fiend's Grip. If we can find Blink, he's going to throw it! Fiend's Grip canceling the TP and the Rage. TP's coming in now, but it's not going to be fast enough. He goes down. Caillou with the ult. Somehow gets it off. I swear he got slapped. Ice Path from Squee. Gonna slow down. Actually, no, they're magic immune to that. They don't care. Jiggy Fresh making some tic-tac-toe boards with the Ice Path.
This is so bad for Nexus.
It's not great.
I mean, the Panda ult was just thrown out. Like, what more do they have? They're for sure gonna hit this tier 2, and Roche, I believe, would be the next objective. And I don't know if they can even contest it without a Panda ult.
Yeah, I'd say you called it right there. Probably going to go for the tier 2 and go for Roche, but if they're feeling a little crazy here, they could just potentially go for the high ground. I mean, look how healthy they all are right now. Fiend's Grip, maybe the only thing they would want to wait for it, so maybe just go ahead and do the Roche. And I see this got dewarded, so...
But what are they scared of, like, pushing into? They have no Panda ult, they have no initiation right now in Nexus. Like, Weaver, a few hundred off from Lincoln's. I mean... But they're going to play it safe. Looks like they're going to swing towards mid and head into the Roche pit.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of right, actually. There's really nothing they have to worry about. Maybe a potential Ice Path Macropire or something disastrous with that spell, but pretty unlikely at this point. The AC is up on Smurs. Roshan going to die in no time flat. Weaver hits for 130, so really not a big threat either. But here comes the smokes. Nexus knows they're doing this. Too late, though. 31-56. The Roche goes down. Squee finds someone with the NATO. It's going to be Caillou. Caillou to drop here. No Panda ult. Going to go down eventually. The arrow actually connects for it. Whoa, what an arrow. Leaping in here to be aggressive, throwing out the Starfall. Ice Path to zone here, but with the Roche, with the 20,000 gold advantage and a mech, that's everything that teams look for to break high ground. They've got a core hero, and the Brewmaster is down. A hero that I'm not really sure why they even picked, but I don't know. Here they go. Tier 3 tower, half health right now. Smerzito, Alacrity'd up. Could just turn and focus the tower. He's got the Aegis. They can just die for this Rax, and with this Rax, I mean, that's basically the game, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what Nexus could pull out of their hat after this. And I think Swag's just going to be smart and keep the momentum. Did you see that arrow?
Yeah, that arrow, Zilu.
God damn it, Zilu.
Stop smoking those cigarettes.
Oh!
Macropyre goes out. This is
really
the one big ability they have, but it doesn't even matter. He drops immediately. Smurs will go down, but the Aegis is available. Fiend's Grip onto Rakudo, which means Jesus lives. Rakudo dies, goes down, Smurs respawns. And after this, wouldn't be too surprised if they call the GG. A couple buybacks coming out here by Nexus.
Oh, the Yules!
The Yules into the Ice Path, but the cooldown is up on the Panda. He throws it out. The Ice Path again is looking to get something, trying to get Squee though in Ghost Walk right now. They can't find him, and they don't bring down anybody after that. They don't lose the Rax, which is actually really great for them. Arrow connects onto the Windstorm Panda, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, it was the only one alive, so I take it back. That would have mattered. And not very healthy, but still going for the Rax.
It's GG, pretty sure. Yeah.
Still no one down. Zeus, 1 more second on Soul Assumption. There goes Smurs. Caillou blinks in. We'll take him out. The Rack's still not dead yet. And they're still fighting here. Very low health, very low mana on everybody. Looking to get the Rax. It's about 500 HP right now. It's fallen. Just being annoying. Macropyre. That's like the 3rd Macropyre in this team fight. We'll take him out. Rakudo respawns. Gonna go after Squee. Caillou just gonna go ahead and go after the Jesus. Gonna take him out. They get team wiped here, and they didn't get the Rax. So that's a bit unfortunate.
Oh, Zeus is too fast. Oh, he's dead.
With the Grave Chill, but it doesn't matter. Open wounds
Tread
is there.
switch mech.
Under attack.
Defensively Aegis. Well,
Dire's top tower
that's a
is
bit of a
under
window
attack.
for Nexus to get back into this
Must
game. I mean,
find
they get
repeat
team wiped
myself.
there. It's going to give probably even an XP advantage. No, XP was getting out of hand too. They were up 14k. Now dipping back down towards even. That's at 10. We'll see what it is in a couple minutes. But the Rax, they still stand. And Weaver, let's see what he's getting to. He's got the Lincolns up. Can finally go for damage at 35 minutes. So if he starts getting damage items, this actually could be bad for Swag.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Alright, 29-24 as we approach the 35.5-minute mark. Rakudo! We can see how far Smurs is ahead. BKB, Armlet, AC treads, Midas destroys the Lifestealer, goes down immediately. Yeah, the rage didn't even matter. He got the rage off, got bashed. It is, let's see, 25% chance, 1 in 4 attacking that fast. It's gonna happen. Rakudo cannot man-fight that, even with the basher of his own.
Radiant's bottom tower has been soundly
Let's see, some
denied.
disassembling going on. Storm coming, aka Fallen, gonna get those arcane boots up, as well as the Gem of True Sight. So they've got the gem. They can do some dewarding. They can kill if the Potom ult is about to cause any disarray in the fights. It won't anymore. And Abaddon probably the #1 gem holding support. I mean, he's so hard to kill. Spangler in the stream chat upset that he missed an Invoker pick. Come on, man. You should always be watching. Teramis, arrow to the face, 5 seconds. Aphotic shield, though, buying the time. Time-lapse wasted.
I mean, he
questionable.
time-lapsed nothing.
Yeah, here comes the nice Jiggy Fresh ult into the Ice Path. Gonna get 2 pretty low. Here comes Squeedo. The Wex points on that Tornado. Doing work. Gonna disrupt everyone. Smurs with his BKB. Jiggy Fresh gonna go down right here. Who else can they focus? Caillou in the Panda ultimate at the moment. Trying to do work. Ice Path goes out. Panda don't care about that, however. Rakudo, man fighting Smurs. Gonna infest now. Getting enough health back. Will be able to get away, it looks like. Smurs dropping low. Jesus low. Rax still standing. Who can they find? Who's over here? That's going to be Squeed looking to go on Fallen. He drops, actually, to the Aphotic Shield explosion. Going down. They can't get the Rax. And actually, I don't know. Nexus on their way to a comeback this game. Caillou could drop. double kill right now for this Abaddon.
Did Aegis
going
run
carry
out?
mode.
Or
He
did
dropped the Aegis in the last team fight. Looks like the Desolator here from Zilu may be enough. They do pick that up. They're going to get the rack, so it's not all lost. And after
Gems
the
on the
team fight
ground.
goes fairly even, I don't know, Kaio could be in trouble. Does buy back. Teramis super low, dodging those arrows in the Saguchi form. They get the racks, so that's good for them. And I think the gem, it's on the deck. Squee going on, gonna get the Weaver. What a player there, blinking forward with those spells on lock. Kaio now enfeebled up, not able to do a lot. And it looks like they're gonna rotate top, at least Blink is, with some familiars to try to work on the top tier of the retower. Squee in the meantime will drop in the bottom lane. Arrow to come in, finally hits somebody.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But the top tower, Smur's already wailing on it with the AC here. Teramis, looks like he bought back into this engagement. I believe he did. Lots of buybacks on the board. Ghost Scepter on Blink, gonna keep him alive. He's got a Necro as well for the push. Gonna take a slam to the face, tries the suicide. Can he do it? Smur's getting bashed, it looks like. Turning around on Rakuto though, gonna take him out once again. Smur's really strong. BKB gonna last, runs through the ice path, gets out of it. Slithering Crush in one. Will stun Kaio, but not gonna be enough to get him. Jakiro gonna pick him up there. That's 36-30. So far the kills, all the team fights going pretty even in terms of the amount of players dying. But
I think they're just
messing around at this point.
They had so many, exactly. They had so many chances to get out, which they probably knew was the right idea, but fucking YOLO.
Exactly. Yeah, 36-30. Goldgraph still holding on, 20k advantage. XP dipping back down to normal, or to even, but still a long ways out at 6k. Items on the board right now, what do we got? Manta, Desolator on Zilu, AC BKB up on the Smurs, Ags, Yule Scepter, and Blink Dagger up on Squee. We've got a Necro, Arrow gonna miss once again. Necro up here on Blink, the Bane, so fairly common item for Bane actually. Maybe not so much competitive, but just getting some more push. They for some reason cannot just break the high ground. And let's see who else we got. Jesus, Mech, Medallion going towards an Ag Scepter at the moment. Kaio with the Blink trying to get his Ags up at 40 minutes. So you can see how rough of a game Kaio is having on that Brewmaster. A pick I didn't really understand, but Teramis here still no damage, just on Lincoln's and a Medallion of Courage. Jiggy Fresh with a 4-staff for some extra positioning on the Jakiro. Basher Armlet up on Rakuto, and a Mech. Maybe going for a BKB there on the Abaddon as Jesus going to be discovered. Rakuto though, maybe going to have to infest here. Will infest into the... what is that even called again? The Forged Spirit, but it's not going to be enough. Arrows go out. They're going to land as well. It looks like Fiend's Grip on Rakuto. Rakuto drops yet again. The ultimate from Kaio coming out. Storm's coming, a.k.a. Fallen, with the borrowed time. Borrowing a lot of time, actually, back to full health here in this engagement. Can continue to shield his teammates, but they're all sort of dying right now. Weaver down. Both cores down. Jakiro to die, and it looks like Kaio going to be pretty quick behind him. Ultimate runs out now. Will blink, and they're just going to throw the GG. So... a series I definitely expected to make it to the third game does not. Nexus actually looking a little weak here in these two games. Interesting last pick on the Brewmaster. I still don't understand it. But yeah. I'm Helium, twitch.tv/fmbpdota. Cast a lot of NA tournaments such as CEVO, Symphony Gaming, and NEL. We'll be doing some of those games later tonight. Flex was joining me, previous teammate of mine. We didn't make it too far in CEVO. But thanks for watching, everyone. Go to CEVO.com. Make sure to sign up for CEVO Season 3 Open, and continue to follow the placement matches as these teams try to get into main. Peace out.